Hello, this is a video review of the assignment for the Mug Shot. We use this in various different courses, and I'm going to show you and walk you through the basic steps. So we're going to start by making a new document. Oh, I should just say that we're going to kind of review some of the following things like style sheets, captions, importing photos, fitting the content to a frame, step and repeat, that sort of thing. I'm going to do this in one take, so there could be mistakes along the way, but basically it's a basic video to help you review for what you see in class. So, new document, and we're going to make this 11 inches wide by 8.5 inches high. We'll leave the margins as they are at a 1/2 inch, and the bleed can stay at 0. There is no bleed on this document. So we say OK to that. First thing we're going to do is make a style sheet. So if we go under Window, Styles, Paragraph Styles is what we're looking for. On this little pullout, we'll say New Paragraph Style, and we're going to call it Caption Font. If I can spell it. And the only thing we're really going to change in the basic characters is we're going to take it down to a size 7 and say OK. Okay. We're going to do a save right now so we can get our naming saved properly, and then we don't have to worry about our machine crashing further downstream and then have to recreate all this. So we're going to do it under the AMCA protocol, so AMCA underscore A6 underscore mugshot underscore your last name. You can just stick it on the desktop for now because at the end we'll package. Okay, so we have a style sheet, we have it saved. The next thing I want you to do is draw a box 1 inch by 1 inch. You can make it any size you like, and then afterwards you can come back and say, give the parameters for it. So 1 inch, tab between, and then 1 inch, enter. We also want to put a 1-point rule. Different places you can do this, but here is one of the pull-down menus to put a rule on. Okay. With your selection tool, we can grab that box and snap it into the corner where our guides are. I'm going to zoom in a little so we can see this box here. The next thing we're going to do is import a photograph. So if we get our direct selection tool, which is the white arrow, and select the box, place photo, and let's place a picture of me. And then we say OK. And you can see there's a fair bit of photograph being cut off here. So we're going to use a command called under object under fitting called fill frame proportionately, which means it will not skew your vertical or horizontal adjustments, and it will fill the frame for you. Okay. So that's okay. So we're going to save that document. It's just a Command S, or come up here and do a save because we already have our naming done correctly. The next thing we're going to do is set up our captions. So under Object, we have a window for captions. First thing you have to do is actually set the caption up. So what is the caption going to look like? And inside of here, what we're going to do is select a style for it, and that's the style that we've currently made right here under caption font, which is a 7-point font. So we're going to select it. All of our captions will have this style, so you can say OK. Then you can do a basic save. Once you have that made, we're going to select the photograph, and we are going to go to caption again, and this time we're going to say generate a live caption. So I'll zoom in a little, Command plus will zoom in the page. I'm going to turn the preview on so you can see what this looks like. But essentially, the assignment is to make up one of these box that is 1 inch by 1 inch with a black rule, a photograph inside, and a live caption, which means every time I switch out this photograph, the caption will switch with it and it'll tell me what the name of the file is. In this case, it's dougedit_crop.jpg. I'm just going to pause for 1 second. Okay, now that we have our template pages set up, we have one photograph with the right rule and the live caption working. What we're going to use now is called a step and repeat function. So this is the way I can move and copy this work around the page so it stays perfectly square. So I'm going to view the entire page, which is a Command 0. Okay, so we can see the whole page. I'm going to turn my preview off so I can see my margins and everything on the page again. So I'm going to select my image and my text. And what I really want to do is set up a grid of 30 photos. So 6 photos across and 5 photos down to make 30 photos. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do the horizontal first. So under Edit, the command we're going to use is step and repeat. So I'll just show you what it looks like. So it keeps your settings from last time. So right now, if I change my count, I'm only going to step and repeat this 2 times after my original. And it's basically going to offset the amount 1.8 inches. So I can also change that to be whatever I want it to be, 1.5 inches. It's a great way to make forms and that sort of thing. So we are going to put this back to 1.8. You can type it in, 1.8. And then we're going to increase the count so that we have 6 photos right across the page and it's stopping perfectly on our margins. Then we say OK to that. Great time to do a save because we've got a lot of work done. Next, we're going to select all of our images and all of our text because now we want to step and repeat it horizontally down the page, or sorry, vertically down the page. So we come back to Edit, Step and Repeat, only this time we don't want to go horizontally. We want to go vertically. And let's just see what number we get here to make it look okay. So you can see it's stepping 5 times with very little spacing. So it's going to be at least 1 inch. Let's give it a little more spacing so it keeps, with the preview on, it'll show you a live display of what this is going to look like. So I'm going to keep increasing it until it hits our margins. And it looks like in this case, it's going to be about a 1 point, let's call it a 2.5 margin. Oh, actually we have too many. So we don't want 5. We only want a 4 count. So let's increase the vertical size again. And 1.625 looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, 6 across, which gives us a total of 30 on this grid. So we say OK. We do a save. I'm just going to do a quick pause. Okay, we're back again to finish this off. So we have a grid, but it's all the same photographs. So the idea of this assignment, the mug shot, is to take all the photographs of everybody in your class, which are now uploaded to the FTP site, and you're going to place them in here. And what will happen is, I'm just going to zoom in on a few of these for you so you can kind of see what's happening here. Let me close up some of these windows so we can get a good look at what's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my photo here, and on the next photo, let's say it's Bob, whoever it happens to be, we're going to click on it with our direct selection tool, which is the white arrow. We are going to say place, and we are just going to select our next photograph and hit open, and it brings the photograph in for us as well as changes the name. Go across here to the next one, and open, say OK. It opens the photograph, it fits it to the frame and the width, and it changes the name. So basically what you're going to have done here in the end is you're going to have all your classmates. We're going to have 30 of these filled in, if there's 30 in the class, and all the names will change properly. So when we do a printout of this, we'll have a full grid of everybody's names and faces. So we're going to save this document. After you've completed all of the photographs and all the names are changing properly, at the top of the page, I want you to make a text box. So click the T, the text tool, click and drag, open the box, and call it AMCA, or whatever the class is, AMCA in this case, AMCA, space your color of your class, which is blue, and your last name. Okay, that's kind of like a tag. So the last couple of final steps that we have to do, as always, we package something. So we're going to package this to our desktop. We're going to say package. We don't need to put instructions. We have to make sure we pick a location, so on the desktop or your external hard drive if you like. And here's everything that's going to package with us. This is just leave the standard set as they are, just like you see it. Now it's going to grab everything it needs. It's going to grab every image, which in this case should be 30 images, all the text, the font, everything that it's going to need for this. Okay? So we're going to save that, close this window, and let's go look at our folder. So it made this folder on our desktop. And inside of here is a PDF, an InDesign file of the document you just made, all the links. You'll have 30 different ones, all the links on all the fonts. Here's what your PDF looks like. Yours will have all the proper photos in it. Okay? The idea is basically to print this out and then upload this folder to whatever course you need to upload it for the FTP. And I believe that marks the end of the video. I hope it helps you.